So the next step, once you've figured out whether or not you qualify for the subsidy, is to actually claim it. On MSD's website, you click in here to how to apply, okay, and then you've got to fill out one or other of these forms, or potentially both of them. If you've got people working for you form, that's for if you're paying PAYE salaries to your employees. If you're doing that to yourself as well, then you include yourself with your employees. If you're doing an end of year salary, like a shareholder salary to yourself, then you'll need to do a separate form for that. Okay, so you might find that you're doing one for your employees and then one for yourself separately. And obviously if you're just self-employed, or if you've got a company that you pay yourself a shareholder salary from, then that'll just come through as the self-employed one as well. Okay, so we'll go through one of the forms. They are pretty basic. You just got to sort of step your way through it, and we'll see how it looks. So you tick through all the boxes. Okay, you're applying because your turnover is going to be down by 40%. Yes, I've understood. Yes. Okay, so your business ID number. Okay, your business name. Hopefully your typing's better than mine. Put your NZB in. If you're a company, that's easy. You can get it from the Companies Office website. You don't have to have it there though. Business address. Okay, contact name. Email address. Phone number. Bank account, obviously that's important. Okay, so that's the bit about your business, and then the bit down the bottom is about your employees. So they all need the date of birth and ID numbers, and then they'll either be 20 hours or more, or less than 20 hours if they're part-time. So even if they're a cleaner that's doing 3 hours a week, they'll be less than 20 hours, okay? So it's just one category or the other. And then add employee, okay, so you'll work your way through until you've added all the employees that you've got, and that's just basically it. What you need to do though before you submit it is either print it out or take a screenshot or print it to a PDF document, because once you hit submit, it disappears and you don't have any record of what you've actually submitted. This is a trap I ran into last year when I filled out a whole bunch for clients, and for the first few, we weren't even sure because of the response that was coming back from MSD. Some of them we weren't even sure if they'd even gone through. So take a screenshot or print out of what this is before you submit it. I'm going to click submit because this is obviously not going to work, because there's checks in the system about IRD numbers being invalid and bank account numbers and stuff. So I'll show you what happens there if you hit submit. Okay. So it tells you all the errors in it. So obviously what's interesting there, see it didn't pick up the fact that that IRD number is invalid. It picked up that I'd copied the wrong one again. So yeah, make sure you've got your IRD numbers right. I've done that part wrong there as well. That should have either been the NZBN or been blank. Okay, so essentially go through and correct all the issues, and then take another screenshot or print out and then send it off Once you send it, you'll get a little summary thing coming back on your screen saying thanks for submitting your form. I recommend that you'd actually take a screenshot of that as well, and then you'll also get an email from them to let you know that it's been submitted, and you'll also get an email once they've processed it, and they'll say, hey, we're about to pay it out or whatever. From what I've heard, I've heard that it'll be 2 or 3 days time before you receive the money. So that's the employer part. I'll go back and do the one for if you're self-employed, which is almost identical but slightly different. And that's why I think it's important that you have this printout as well. I've had some clients who were contacting me last time saying they'd sent it in and they hadn't been paid out and they weren't sure what was happening. If you've got a printout of it, we'll actually be able to see what you've submitted. And in that case, some clients were sending in self-employed forms when they should have done employee ones and stuff like that. So you tick the boxes, do the self-employed application. Basically the same stuff up here. Business ID number. So you're doing the employment type bit up the top here, whether you're full-time or not. And that'll just be your name. So this will be, even if say it's Simple Accounting and Simple Accounting is paying me a shareholder salary at the end of the year, the IID number and stuff that I put in there is my personal IID number and my personal name, and then obviously your address, birth date, contact details, and bank account. Okay, so you'll see that you don't have the bit down the bottom about the employees, obviously, because you're giving that information about yourself up here and the date of birth. Essentially the same process. Take a printout or a screenshot before you submit it, and then once after you've submitted it, so that you've got that receipt that shows that it's been sent. Yeah, that's how to do the application. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Yeah, good luck.